Johnny D here with Pro Digital Gear, and this is the Epson F2000 direct-to-garment printer. Today we are going to show you how to do the initial setup and nozzle check. First, we want to let you know that this is delivered in a very large box on a pallet. Once you have unboxed your printer, you're going to want a few extra people to help you lift it out of the box. It's a fairly heavy machine. There are designated lifting handles around the printer marked by arrows. Make sure you use these to lift the printer. When you have set your F2000 down on your bench, make sure all the feet have securely landed on the surface before letting go of the printer. Take all your inks, parts, and documents out of the box. Make sure nothing gets thrown away, and try to save your box too. Remove all the shipping tape from the printer. Check inside all doors and on the print head as well. Now we need to remove the locking tab from the table. There will be tape over the tab, but we had already removed that. Make sure you save this tab in case you need to move your printer in the future. Next, we are going to make sure that the wiper assembly, mist search pad, and the air filter are securely in place. Now we can install the platen. Make sure you remove the protective foam sheet. Align the platen tabs and simply place it down. Now, in back of the machine, we are going to install the two retaining clips that will hold the drain tubing. Next, we can install the drain tubing. There is a Y connector in the line. The lines on the double side of the connector will go into the printer. The shorter line should go in the drain plug on the same side that is closest to the waste tank. And the longer line will go around the back of the printer through the retaining clips into the drain plug that is closest to the power supply. The line on the single side of the connector will go to the waste tank. To insert the drain tubing into the machine, we need to remove the plugs. Push on the ring around the plug and pull it out. Definitely don't lose these plugs. Again, you will want to save them for a future move. Insert the tube and press in the tube firmly until it locks in place. You'll feel it lock in. Then pull back a little to make sure it's good. We did not do this correctly the first time and ink drained all over the place. Repeat this step on the side with the power supply. You can also plug in your power cord too. It's definitely recommended that you plug in your printer to a surge protector or a backup battery unit, especially during the charging process. Now we can place the waste bottle and stand below the printer. Make sure it's out of reach of anything that might knock it over. Remove the cap and plug, place the tubing in the waste tank, no further in than the yellow line. Do not lose the cap and the plug. Actually, there's a super convenient spot for all the things you need to save in the right side ink door next to the ink base. Now we can install the ink cartridges. It's recommended that you allow your ink to get used to room temperature before install. Then go ahead and remove the cartridges from their boxes. You're going to have to take them out of the sealed plastic as well. Be super careful not to touch or damage the chip on each ink cartridge. Then gently agitate the ink cartridge on each side. You can install the ink carts according to the proper edition that you chose. We have the white edition. The ink doors will open simply by pulling on the handle. Now, the ink doors display what slot each ink should go in. Of course, both editions are displayed on the ink doors, and they're displayed in separate rows, so make sure you follow the proper edition. Insert the inks with the chip on top and going in first. The ink should follow a track, and once the inks are all the way in, you could firmly press the cartridges and feel them fully engage. Do the same thing for both sides. Make sure you close both ink doors and do not open them during the charging process. That will completely mess up the install. Now we can turn the F2000 on for the first time. Press the gray power button. The printer will power up and it'll ask you to pick a language. Select the language using the arrow keys and press the OK button on the language you want. Next, you can set the date and time. And then you could set the unit length. Then we need to push the platen button to move it forward. Next, it'll ask us to confirm that we've installed our waste tank. And if you have done this, go ahead and hit OK. It will have you confirm this one more time to ensure that you don't get ink everywhere. The printer will then ask you to confirm that you shook your ink carts. If you have done this, go ahead and hit OK. And then it should go back to the main screen and indicate to press OK to start the charging process. Again, make sure that you do not open your ink doors during the charging process. Do not unplug the machine either. Be super careful not to disturb the machine while it is charging. The machine might take a good amount of time to charge. Now, once it's all done, your waste tank should be about a third full. When the ink reaches the yellow line, you're going to want to empty the tank. Make sure you have a paper towel handy when you pull out the tube to ensure that ink on the tube doesn't get all over. Definitely put the plug and cap on the tank if you plan on moving it around. Okay, now we can do a nozzle check. So first, we need to raise the platen by moving the gray lever underneath the platen to the P position. You might need to unlock it first with the black lever. Then, once it's set, lock it back in. Now make sure that the platen is installed and the protective foam is removed. You're going to think I'm crazy, but you can actually print the check right on the platen. You just have to have plain Windex to clean off the platen after. Of course, do so at your own risk, but we have seen this done with no issues. When the platen is ready, hit the right arrow key to go into the menu. Go down to Maintenance, then press the right arrow, then press the right arrow again on Nozzle Check, and hit OK. Now, the machine will ask you to put a shirt on the platen, but you can avoid wasting shirts by printing directly on the platen. Press OK to start the check print. The platen will be pulled in and the print will begin. Make sure that no loose clothing or ties get pulled into the machine while it's doing this. Once it's done, you can inspect the nozzle pattern to make sure all nozzles are good. Look for empty or disrupted lines. If it's all good, use Windex and a paper towel to clean off the platen. And that's it. Just a reminder, make sure you order another set of inks. The initial charge will drain the cartridges a lot, especially the whites. I would also order extra white cartridges too. They're used a ton more than the other colors. Feel free to give Pro Digital Gear a call if you have any questions about this setup or purchasing. 1-888-459-1482. Or visit our websites prodigitalgear.com or pdgvip.com, and you can always send us an email at sales@prodigitalgear.com. Thanks for watching.